Hi, it's me, Annalisa, from My Spiritual Friend. Sorry, I'm a minute late. 2 minutes late. 2 minutes late. Sorry. I had to run upstairs and get my phone. So thank you for joining me. I have a few people here already. Hi, Lynn. Um, Lynn asks, I'll go ahead and start. Lynn asks, wait, can I just say thank you to everybody who my new followers and old followers? I appreciate it. So excited. 102. Um, Do you have any thoughts on federal courts? They're being stacked by the Republicans. Are we doomed to have really right-wing courts? No. I know it seems like they're being stacked away, and immediately as I read that, I said, no, I don't feel like they're doomed. And it's interesting as much as Trump thinks he's getting his friends and buddies in there, I really do think like Brett Kavanaugh, I don't really like his personality so much, like the fratty whatever. But I feel like he actually does take pride in upholding the Constitution and tries to be fair. Um, and I feel like a lot of them are that way. And a lot of the ones who were typically seen as the ultra conservative are sort of kind of taking a step back and looking at what's going on and saying, okay, we really need to uphold our democracy and our Constitution. So I think we need to take the fear out of what's going on. I think it's really, really important to go out and vote. I think that's where we're really going to make a huge difference and to get people out to vote. I mean, that's obvious, right? That's not a psychic person saying that. But the fear is such a driver in numbers, and there's so many news stations that there didn't used to be. So I think how you get somebody to see your news station and to watch your channel, right? Fear, because it like sucks people in. So I think we're okay. That's a great question, Lynn. Hi, Sunshine. This contract I'm going to be signing in June, does this pertain to me moving or a college scholarship? Wait, the contract you're signing in June, does this pertain to me moving or a college scholarship? Just curious. Did someone tell you were signing a contract? Did I tell you that? You're welcome, Lynn. I heard moving. Sorry, I was just kind of looking at that. It feels like moving. Um, I don't hear scholarship, actually. I hear grant. And that may come through in a different form. But so I see a grant. I don't know the difference between a scholarship and a grant. I feel like the grant is like something that can come at any time. Um, yes, you were told that. Okay, yeah. I feel like it's going to be moving, and I feel like that you will get a grant for college, so it won't be a full scholarship. So I made a video earlier today, and I feel like someone posted a comment. They were upset because I said I was speaking about the soldiers, and I misspoke in the way I was trying to explain something. I was, quite frankly, I was rushing to try and get a video out because this is something I had been thinking about for a couple of days, and it was just kind of it came to me that I should be thanking because it's Memorial Day weekend, that I should be thanking the soldiers, and I misspoke. So I want to apologize to anybody if they were offended. I did not mean it to hurt anybody's feelings or to upset anybody. I had the utmost respect for our men and women that of the armed services of every single branch, including Coast Guard and our police officers, anybody who is out there serving us in any form. When I mentioned basically the Vietnam War, and whatnot. I meant, that not that wasn't a good fight or that the soldiers weren't doing their job. It was just that the government lied to a lot of people, and a lot of people's lives were lost and unnecessarily. And but I still have the utmost respect, obviously for the soldiers and what they did. They were doing their job. So I'm sorry if I offended anybody. I felt like I should reiterate that. Okay, Nicole says, sorry. I'm trying to keep last names off. Hey, I reached out to Jose today after not speaking for a month or so. Will there be a consistent communication soon? And does it depend on me, or will he be stepping forward at the point? To be quite honest with you, I feel like Jose, in the position that he's in, he's not really allowed to communicate with anybody super regularly. It's very hard for him. They keep him very busy. And he's basically like, doesn't get a ton of downtime. So when he can, he does. So really, really appreciate when he does make that effort and when he does have the time that he does. He does, but he doesn't. They're not giving him a lot of free time to make phone calls and email and all of that. So I really feel like don't be offended by that. Um, and just really appreciate and respect and value that gift that he's giving you of his time. When our Speaking of people in the armed forces, when they're in training or stationed somewhere, they don't have a lot of time. It's not like you or I. They are very regimented. They are allotted certain amounts of time. So just really value that as a gift that he's giving to you, because time is like it's very precious. And if someone's giving that to you, their time, take that and appreciate it. Sunshine, that makes sense. Thank you very much. Yes, much love for Memorial Day. Um, Sandra says, does my higher self or guides have a message for me? Hi, Tammy. I'm going to come back to you, Sandra, because I'm just going to wait for them to kind of percolate. So, because there's another one I can just answer super quick. Tammy says, hey, my husband is cold all the time. I think something's wrong. How do you see any health issues? Immediately, I heard iron. I feel like he's a little bit iron deficient, and get his thyroid checked. That's sort of where I was going with that. Oh, you have no sound. No sound. Oh my God. Tammy, thank you. I'm sitting here rambling. Did anybody hear my answers? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did anybody hear my answers? Can you hear me now? Oh, okay. Other people can hear me. Oh, okay. Sorry. Um, okay. So Tammy, what I said about your husband, immediately I felt iron deficient and thyroid potential issues with the thyroid. So if you could have those checked. Okay. Everybody's saying I have sound. I heard everything. Good. I'm glad. Um, oh, good. I'm so glad. Hi, I see some new names. Brewberry, nice seeing you. Hi, Kathleen. Sandra, thank you. Okay. Let me see. You said, does my higher self or my guides have a message? We've been talking to you the whole time. You're not listening. Um, they're really encouraging you to really listen to them, because they do, Sandra, feel like you are pretty intuitive yourself. I think we talked about this last time. I think you maybe mentioned that you're starting to open up. Um, we're talking about acknowledging and validating. I don't know if you've been asking for acknowledging and validating, and you're like, you get it, and then you're like, well, was that it? Was that it? um, um, Hang on. Um, Let me just see what else they pop in with that. But I just feel like it's really like listening, and let me know if that makes sense, because I just feel like you've been asking for validation. They're saying we're giving it to you. Just keep doing that. I literally just heard of vitamin A. Have you been taking vitamin A, or do you have a vitamin A deficiency? Um, the next question I've got is Kathleen says, "Hi, Ani." That's my nickname. Oh, what is stopping me from letting go of my food obsession and excess weight? I'm drawn to two places. I'm drawn to my solar plexus and I'm drawn to my heart chakra. Um, Actually just fear of letting go and fear of the change and what does it mean for me if I am a different person, and like being so clunked, like um I to identify with that trauma and identify with who that is and that story that you have for yourself. They're actually making me feel like if I let that go subconsciously, what does that mean for me and where do I go with this? And I'm so, like, even though you're not happy with where you're at, it's that comfort of where you're at, and like then all the possibility of opening up that if I lose this, then will this happen X, Y, and Z. And what does that mean? And allowing somebody in emotionally and all of that. So it feels like if I can go in and heal my heart chakra and balance my heart chakra, you would think immediately would be here, in your solar plexus. But if I can balance my heart chakra and heal my heart chakra, I won't feel that need to keep myself. A lot of people keep extra weight on as an emotional padding to protect themselves. If you balance your heart chakra and heal that and let go of the old hurts, then and I can kind of text you a little bit more about that later. But then you'll start to be able to release and let go of that extra weight. You're welcome, Tammy. Earth Angel, hi. Can I have a reading about Dario, how Dario feels about me, and if we will be together? I don't like I feel like Dario is on another planet. Like, I don't even feel like he's in your orbit. And I know that sounds terrible. Maybe that's not what you want to hear, but he's like not, I'm not seeing him as like fully interacting. Is this somebody you just have a crush on and you're sort of interested in? You're welcome, Kathleen. Thank you. Hi, Champagne C. Okay, so Nicole, hang on. I wanted to ask Sandra because I mentioned about your guys that they were talking about asking for validation and all that, like that you've been doing that, and they're like, we're validating you. Does that make sense? Okay, wait, Blueberry, I'll find yours. Just scroll up. I like to scroll up. Jeez Louise. Sorry, apparently my mouse is not working. Oh, Blueberry says, thank you for tonight. Is the business I own with my husband moving in the right direction? I literally heard yes, immediately yes. Is there any spirit thinks I should know what would help prepare me for what lies ahead of us? So I hear a couple things. I hear get comfortable with standing in your own power and being your own boss. So it's like get comfortable with saying like, no, I know what's best, rather than like worried about being offending somebody. I feel like it's totally like just get really comfortable in standing in your own power, because you're not gonna. I mean, listen, when you're running a business, and it's just in life in general, you're gonna offend somebody at some point, and it happens. Look, I did it today, and it was unintentional. But if you know what you're talking about, don't feel like you need to like bow down in order to not bow down, but just kind of like, oh well, because you don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings or offend them. There's no time for that in business. I also feel like, and I don't know if you've done this, but like take an accounting course or a bookkeeping course, because I feel like even if you're not doing that and somebody else is, I feel like you need to have that knowledge in order to balance stuff out. I don't know if that makes any sense. And I feel something like health related or athletic with what you're doing. Does that make any sense? Just it's sort of validation. Um, Thank you makes total sense to me. I talk to them all the time. I just doubt my answers. Stop it. They're telling you not to. Champion C says, hello. If there is time, please, I want to know who is the spirit around me that's trying to connect with me. I get woken up all hours in the night. Please and thank you. You're getting woken up by your guides. It's actually not like a party. Yeah, sorry, itchy eyes. It's not a spirit per se. It's your guides. Tell them to meet you in your dreams. Ask them, like, start recognizing them at other times of day, and they'll calm down the nighttime stuff. And then only when you go through like huge upgrades where you're starting to like develop your abilities and connections to spirit more, will you maybe get woken up at night. That's sort of how it happens for me. But yeah, it's actually more than one guide, by the way. They think they're funny. So they're making me feel like we're just kind of like, I don't know if you like practical jokes, but it's like sort of like, I know it's not a practical joke to get woken up, but it sort of feels like you have that kind of silly, cheeky um, personality too. I don't know if that makes sense. I know, I feel like I only get a little bit sleep. It's like having children. So just not that they're childlike, but just they're just silly, and funny. So yeah, if you just start acknowledging the things that are happening in your life, like if you feel like you get a notion of like an insight, quick, just write it down or say thank you or something, because they're just excited because that's the easiest time for you to notice them or acknowledge them. So if you do it during the day when you're awake, they'll start bugging you at night. Mm, could be your grandfather too, yeah. But I felt more like guides to me. So that's what I would go with. But of course, uh, follow your own intuition on that one too. Um, uh, hang on, I'm trying to follow Earth Angel. Let me bounce up. Oh, okay. So he's not around you because he's traveling. We were talking about Dario, so that makes sense. That I feel like he's like not even on your planet. Um, when I'm asking about like timing wise, is it gonna match up where you're meeting? But I feel like it's gonna be several months before he's like really kind of back in a solid place. Like I feel like he does lots of traveling. Um, I feel like you're actually going to be maybe even with somebody else at the time that he fits like a solid place, and that your paths don't really match up even for maybe 2 to 3 years. Kind of, I know it's a long time, but that's just what I'm getting. Doesn't mean you won't find love in the meantime, but it feels like that we won't find a time that it really kind of matches up. Um, Sharon I wake up hungry in the middle of the night, so they may have cravings. No, I actually feel like that's you need to get more protein in your diet. That's literally that doesn't feel like the hunger thing isn't related to. I'm sorry that I think I just paused. The hunger thing doesn't feel like it's related to spirit. It feels like you need to eat a little bit more protein in your diet. So maybe even having, I don't know if you're vegan or vegetarian, but if you're vegan or vegetarian, I'd say like have like the chia pudding type stuff before you go to bed. Or if you're not, like even some yogurt or cottage cheese or something, just to give you a little bit of protein boost before you go to bed. Not like heavy meat or anything like that. Um, I do after I do a lot of readings, if I do like a psychic fair, if I do a really like intense reading, I get cravings for sugar afterwards because it sort of like brings my energy down and pulls me back down to earth. Because she said that maybe they get the cravings. That's just me though. Earth Angel, I feel like I might see him again, but maybe it won't go anywhere I want it to go. It's not that I don't feel like you won't see him again. I feel like it's just like he comes back and he leaves again. He comes back and he leaves again. So it's like there's not a solid um, time where you're together, like where it really works out to be a match time wise. Um, I feel like, hang on, I went back up. I just want to make sure. Sandra, I talked to you about your guides. Okay. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. I don't want to miss a question. I feel like I did one time. Sunshine, am I the one bringing up the move to him or is it me? I'm seeing him in 2 weeks. Thanks. See, I already forget what we're talking about. Sorry, it's me being in the ether is not. Um, I feel like you bring it up to him, but he's cool with it. I just think you'll be the one to bring it up to him. Um, you've been eating yogurt all of a sudden, champagne. See, so maybe you just need the more protein. It's got a lot of protein in it. If you eat the right kind. Um, should I just not like talk to him? No, I don't feel like you should not talk to him. I just feel like you need to go in with the understanding that it doesn't really like without the expectation, right? So when we set these expectations of where somebody is supposed to be, and then they're not, we are disappointed. And it might not be realistic to have that expectation of a really super strong, deep, committed relationship because he is like doing his work thing away, and um, like it gives you what he can, but it's like not the right timing. Tammy says, I sent you one. What did I ask for? Sorry. Um, I missed earlier. Oh, you sent me a question and I missed it earlier. Okay, let me find it. Oh, here we go. Also, my son wants me to invest money with him. I won't lose anything, but will we see any gains? Um, do you have a time frame that this will happen or when I should pull out? I don't feel like you'll be pulling out. I just feel like you're not going to see the gains for at least 6 months to a year. So if you're okay with doing that, sitting in, putting money and holding tight, that's what I see. I won't ever tell you if you should or shouldn't, because that's sort of like on you guys. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or counselor. This is all for entertainment purposes, right? But um, I feel like the gains won't happen for 6 months to a year. Um, but there will be gains. Um, I don't know if 6 months to a year makes sense. I found your question. Esther, what do you mean by general reading? Because that's a lot. And I'm doing 30 minutes for several people. Okay, good. I'm glad you can wait, Tammy. Blueberry says, thank you. Made total sense about the not being afraid to offend people sometimes. And we are really focusing on our bookkeeping, even though we have an accountant. Good. So I feel like that just like maybe even taking a course on it to be like a certified somehow, just so you, I think it's always important in businesses. It just feels like I should have an eye on it. Not necessarily that that person is not trustworthy, but I just feel like for your own sense of security. Um, what spirit picking up? Primarily career and life purpose. Thank you for the focus and direction. Okay. Um, Also, our business is a restaurant, not really health related, but could you be picking up on something with my husband? I could be, since you included him. Esther, give me a minute. I'm percolating. I like coffee. Uh, this is not caffeinated. Um, is there not? There's not some kind of like healthy aspect to your restaurant, Burberry? I feel like there's some kind of health issue, not issue, but a health related type thing. Um, Hang on, Earth Angel. I'm working on Esther here because Esther asked a question. What spirit is picking up primarily career? Let's see. Okay, so life purpose is hard because a lot of people want to go with, I've got this big, huge thing I'm supposed to be doing. And actually, what I feel like is, and this is going to sound like more, but don't take it this way because it's really, really important for this because I actually feel like it's important for you to do this to balance out your last lifetime, but for what's coming in your next lifetime. But it sort of feels like very mundane and getting really comfortable with uh, not gratitude, but being really comfortable with being the helper and being the caregiver and the guide and like being that essential part that it really is part of life, society, being in souls and interconnected. But so it's like, but being getting really comfortable with understanding that every part is important, whether it's big and famous or um, the everyday mundane stuff, right? That's sort of what I feel like is that that's your life thing now because as you move into your next life, because I believe you're coming back again, I feel like that life is going to be bigger and having this life will sort of that goes with your soul DNA and moves forward or whatever direction you want to consider if it's quantum physics, the same direction, same lifetime or same moment. Um, but it moves with you and gives you a better understanding at a soul level and a more of a respect for as you grow, you'll sort of have more respect for every part. and so that you're able to develop and do this bigger thing in this next lifetime without your ego becoming an issue. I don't know if that makes any sense, Esther, if it sort of like rings true, but I do see you. It just feels very peaceful and calm around you. I don't feel like this chaoticness, so I just feel like really okay and calm. Does that make any sense? Yes, service oriented, helping people. It's like almost like teaching. Like I keep seeing books, but then I'm also seeing like I'm kind of out in nature and I'm it just feels really calm. So maybe it's something along the lines of like it feels like a mixture of things, right? So something with books, but something with also like something with nature and then maybe even meditating. So I don't know if somehow that's parlayed into what you'll be doing, but it just feels very calm and very like relaxed and peaceful. Well, Blueberry, maybe you'll make healthy barbecue. I don't know. I like barbecue though. It's good for my soul. Um, Hi Alex. Let me I just want to come back up this oh Alex, so I just read your question. It says, will there be communication between my ex Capricorn and I ever again? I literally got no. Um, I just hear once that Cap has made up their mind. I know a lot of Caps. My husband's a Cap. Once they make up their mind, there is no changing it. It's like us Cancerians. When we've closed the door. It's like done. I just feel like, but I feel like you're better off for it. Um, and I'm sorry, but that's just sort of how I feel. Hang on. I feel like did I miss somebody else? I want to come back up. If I miss you, just holler and I'll look for your question. Esther, does that make any sense to you? You have nice calm energy. Okay, I can accept that. I've been told by a few I'm a healer. So then maybe, but you can do healing through, helper healing, that stuff. So don't ask me how. I actually feel like it'll be through not like energy healing or like a nurse or traditional thing, but it might be even teaching yoga or teaching meditation, something along those lines. Um, but serving and being of something that helps people seems like the way to go. I agree with the ego thing. Yeah. So I think that it's actually going to help you in your next life. A lot of times people get disappointed, like, oh, I'm not going to be famous, especially in the way the society is today. And um, I don't know. I just want to help people, so I don't really. I'm not trying to be famous. Clearly, I'm excited about 102 people joining. I know that I'm guided to help others and to help in whatever capacity I can, and so I'm trying to do it in any capacity that I can. Um, when I was young, I wanted to be a singer, so you could still be a singer. I just that's not what they were showing me, but I just feel this really calmness about you, and that's really like kind of nice for somebody who needs, as a healer, to have that calm energy, to help others. 102 is a start. I'm totally excited. I don't care. This took me a while to get to 102. I'm totally excited. Um, okay, wait. I gotta go back up because I missed some stuff. Um, Earth Angel, when do I feel he'll visit you? How many weeks? Actually, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, but short, short. It'll be a short thing, and then I feel like he's back out again. Nicole says there was a situation at work on Friday. Does my boss Mark think any less of my capabilities there? No. Um, it's sort of like that, like, what? But I feel like the long weekend is working in your favor. So don't worry about it. Just go in and be your best and do your best. Because I feel like it's water under the bridge. I feel like he doesn't hold on to stuff too long anyway. It's not worth him. I feel like he really does let stuff roll off. I feel like I'm missing somebody's question up here. I'm gonna end the questions at this point. I'm just gonna try and catch up on the ones that I haven't answered since we're already at 29:37. Um, okay, Esther, I got yours. Okay, maybe I'm pretty caught up. Hi. Okay, so I think that's it. Tammy, do my guides have anything they want or need me to know? I like stars since you just jumped in, go ahead and ask one question and I'll do that for you. I like stars. Got it. Took a minute to register. Oh, and Sunshine, I'll answer yours quick too. And then I'm done. Okay. Um, do my guides have anything they want or need me to know? I just feel like you're really on the right path. Oh, by the way, how was your vacation? I feel like you asked about a vacation and then so I was just seeing how that went. um, uh, I just was looking for validation actually what I gave you because this is like a different kind of medium. Um, it just feels like that you're really I feel like you need to understand that you're on the right path, even if you feel like you're lost and kind of like swimming, that it just like keep moving and keep going. Um, and I feel like I keep hearing stay busy. So don't what is it like there's some saying about idle minds. I don't know. But stay busy. It was good. Okay. Um uh, Sunshine, will my love life pick up soon? 6 months. I say that a lot, but it's like they kind of give me in certain time frames, like chunks and blocks. So I might say like 2 to 3 months, or but it feels like about 6 months. But I feel it pick up and then go dwindle down. They're showing me like I literally hear. So 6 months it'll pick up for a little bit, and I feel like it's going to die down for a little bit. But I actually feel like you're going to be okay with that, and be like, I just sort of need to get myself together, and then it'll. It just feels like I need that little bit of a. I don't know. Sorry if that isn't what you want to hear. And I'm not trying to be unsympathetic. Dating it's so hard. It's so hard. Um, I like stars. Did you have a quick question before I end the session? If not, hello. You're welcome, Nicole. You're welcome, Sunshine. Will my I like stars says, when will my finances get better? I hear a solid 18 months. So it feels like I just need to like it's not even that they're not better. It's just figuring out budgeting wise, and also I feel like becoming really aware of what I don't need. Um, and like write down every penny that goes out, because I feel like it's not the big stuff you're doing. It's like the little stuff without realizing it that you're spending. But I feel like 18 months is when I sort of get a hold of it. Um, and also, I don't know if there's like a little bump in pay or something like that, but it feels like again, 18 months. Earth Angel says dead on. Oh, yeah, he usually comes to see me, then fly away somewhere working on something. Okay, so thank you for the validation on that. And Sandra says, thank you so much for sharing your gift with us. Hey, thanks for listening and entertaining my gift. I'm happy to do this. I appreciate the gratitude. Thank you. You're welcome. I like stars. So I'll go ahead and just say good night. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm super excited that 10 of you, or I think it went up to 12 maybe at one point. That's like really exciting, that you trust me and that you feel comfortable enough to come in and join me in my basement. And open up to do readings this way. I also do personal readings, private. They You can reach me through my website or email me. Um, you're very welcome, Lynn. You can ask any kind of questions you want, whether it's political, whatever. I don't care. They'll answer, and I'll give it to you. That's about it. Thank you again so much to everybody, new subscribers and old subscribers, and everybody who supports me and my friends who log on just so I have viewers. I love you all very much. And this is Annalisa, and this is my spiritual friend. And you can follow me on Instagram at my spiritual friend, or here, subscribe and ring the bell. And Janet, if you watch this, thank you again for mentioning on the last video. I really do appreciate it. If I've misstepped somewhere or I've hurt somebody's feelings, I really do expect you to call me on it, because there's no way for me to learn or to rectify a situation unless I am notified of it. So thank you again, everybody. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Love and honor and blessings to all of those who crossed over in service for our country and even other countries too, because it was a loss for their family and friends as well. Okay, thank you. All right, good night. Oh, Emma, I'll see you next week. Bye.